And this court hearing is finished. Welcome back everyone to another episode of Minecraft Better Than Adventure. The microphone has improved. You guys probably can tell it sounds a lot better. I downloaded this software called Voice Meter Potato, and it looked really intimidating at first, but I just had to adjust a couple of sliders and choose my microphone, and then bam, my audio sounded way better. It was amazing how much of a difference it made. I put a noise gate on my microphone, I compressed my audio just a little bit, and then I also added a denoiser, which helped a lot. The denoiser and noise gate really made the difference, and the compressor will just help a little bit with highs and lows. So, little bit of update. Off camera, I collected a ton of spruce wood, so we hopefully never run out for a little bit. Since I know that spruce wood is my favorite wood type, so I am going to be collecting a lot. I keep calling it spruce, but in Better Than Adventure, it is called pine. Also, off camera, I filled in the roof and chose where to put the little white bell tower part for the church. In my original build, it was here in my creative world, so I put it there again. Last episode we left off with the roof unfinished and unsure of where to do with this, so I've now finished that part off camera just so I don't have to deal with it. Because today my plan is to finish off this build and maybe even get some pathways in here and the interior done, and then we can move on from the western area. Finally. Inside here, I didn't do much, but I did do some basic stuff, like I put some torches in that will help a lot with lighting. Right here, here, and here, and I used the same paper walls we used for the windows, but when they're placed by themselves like this, they don't really show as windows and more like something different. I also put some windows back here, even though last episode I was debating not to. In general, this is looking a lot better, and I'm really satisfied with it. I'm most satisfied with our audio because wow, does it sound so much better. There's like a whole 1 second delay between my microphone and the gameplay now, thanks to running through both voice meter and my voice mod, but I really don't want to stop using voice mod. The microphone sounds pretty good raw straight through voice meter with the denoiser and noise gate and compression, but voice mod has one extra filter on top that it adds that gets rid of background noise that the voice meter software can't do. So it just kind of adds to it just that little extra bit. So there is a little bit of a delay in audio you might notice. Probably won't notice with gameplay like this, but you would probably notice if I had like a webcam on that there was a delay. In general though, it sounds so much cleaner, and I really didn't have to do too much. It was such a simple thing, just downloading that software. I highly recommend, if you have a microphone that has a lot of noise, you download Voice Meter Potato and try the denoiser and noise gate. It will make a huge difference on any microphone, but especially if your microphone is XLR like mine. Without further ado, I think we have everything to get into what I want to build. Last episode, we ran out of materials and we couldn't finish the church. What I wanted to do was simply build a sort of bell tower for the church, kind of like how this one over here has one, but this one is more western wooden type of bell tower. And this one is less of a bell tower, more just of a tower at the front of a medieval build, kind of based off of like a Minecraft village church right there. While this one is more a traditional church. Right now it doesn't look very good, but you can see where the tower is going to go right there. It's a 5x5 white wooden plank square. So I'm going to get into building that. Actually, I do think I'm going to need some slabs. So I'm going to craft some slabs here. As I get to building everything, now that I have everything I think I need, I just want to give you all a quick apology for last episode. I ended it on a cliffhanger. However, surprisingly, last episode performed amazing. I thought it would perform terrible because of the cliffhanger, but last episode got 1.2k views in the first couple of days. It slowed down after that, but it was just insane. I took my eyes off of it for a second, and there was 1,000 views. I can't thank you all enough, and to any of you that are new here, I promise you my microphone does not normally sound like that, and I don't usually have to end my videos on cliffhangers. But I can't thank you all enough anyways. Last episode performed absolutely splendidly. Splendingly? Where did I get that word from? That's weird. So I kind of got to figure out how high I want to make this bell tower. I don't have my reference photos with me this time around since all I wanted to do was finish off this build with the bell tower. So I figured I wouldn't need the reference photos from my creative world, but maybe we will in the end. But I feel like it's going to be as simple as just shaving off what's needed. This is already really tall. It might end up being the tallest build. Let's go ahead and sleep. Ouch, ouch. I planned on water bucket clutching there, but I completely missed. I feel that may be tall enough, especially considering how it basically towers over everything else. This won't have, like, I call it the bell tower, but this won't have a bell in it. At least I don't think I plan on putting a bell in it. But this little bit at the top adds a lot to the build. The final touch of this all is, so we need to... You know what? I'm gonna go visit my creative test world. I don't need an image, but I can at least see what I built there since I built it a while ago. I don't know why I clicked multiplayer just then. Oh, I used stairs here, and then I believe those are slabs that go above the stairs, and then I do the cross. That adds so much to it, just that. Yeah, I see it now, so it just... 3 up. You might notice I had to take off half of the original courthouse build just so that I could get good photos of this thing, which is kind of hilarious. I've had to do something similar over here. I haven't shown you guys my creative test world in a while, have I? There's a lot going on here. A lot of test builds, a lot of different iterations here. Yeah, it's kind of good to just revisit here on video sometimes, I guess. But it goes 3 up, and then I was right about this going 3 up, but I used stairs. That was my problem in replicating it. So it shouldn't be too hard. We just have to take down literally everything we built here. Now that we've made it this far into the video, let me know in the comments section down below if you think my microphone has been fixed, if it's improved a lot. This is the true capability of this microphone. It sounds so much better this way. Oh my god, guys. I did it again. I should really change my keybind for start and stop recording because I just accidentally stopped the recording. Luckily, I noticed, but I did kind of finish the roof off camera. All I really had to do was build the cross, and I was probably going to end up cutting that out of the final video anyways, but it's still really embarrassing that I accidentally stopped the recording again. This is like the 4th time I've done that at this point. But this is what the final church looks like, and I was walking over here to see what it looks like from farther away when I realized that I had stopped recording. I mean, I can definitely see it as a Western church, at least in my eyes. Let me know in the comments down below if you can see it. It's taller than these buildings, and it kind of stands out that way. Let's see what it looks like in photo mode. You know, let's change the tilt a bit. This doesn't look that bad. This whole area here is very small in photo mode. But when you're in here, you feel much more in the world like this. And now that we are finished with the outside of the church, it is time to do the inside. This is why I have oak wood, because I want to build a ton of little oak wood related things here. I'm gonna use the wooden stairs as chairs inside of here for decoration, because obviously since this is a church, we're gonna be decorating it very similar to that church. So here is the pedestal sort of thing. This part should be pretty easy, just skipping one like this. Oh, I'm gonna need far more stairs it looks like, so let's go and get some more. Do we give this guy a platform to speak on like this? Like, not a super elevated one, but just enough of an elevated one that it feels like he's really speaking on top of... Because right now, if we use this elevated platform, we're actually tall enough to see over it. Because there's always some sort of, like, stage that they stand on to speak at, and now he can do this fine. Though I do admit there's a bit of a headroom problem there. That looks fine, though, because my idea would be that over here... We don't want it to look like the courtroom, so we can't have it too similar to that. To act as the armrests on here that I planned on. There we go. You know, this looks pretty good. Now I want to do some finishing touches around the area, but in order to do so, I'm gonna have to bring back a lot of these resources. So I'm going to walk back. Now, as I walk back, I want to discuss a feature I heard YouTube is planning called hype. Not sure if you've heard of it, but Hype is basically going to be like another engagement system, but for smaller channels. It will be given to any channel with less than 500,000 subscribers. And the idea being that it will be like another sort of way to engage with a channel you like. So I'm not really sure how I feel about this, since YouTube mentioned in the blog about Hype that you could purchase more Hype, and I'm worried this will lead to a pay-to-win system in the algorithm. And if that is what it leads to, YouTube is dooming themselves very easily. Like, I didn't think they'd fall for it this quick. But I hope I'm just overthinking it and this new Hype feature comes to our channel and I can ask you guys to like, hype, and subscribe. It kind of goes well with the classic like and subscribe. Like, hype, and subscribe. You know what? We never saw the church from this point of view. It does look pretty church-like. It's definitely like the final thing that was needed, I think, to sort of end off the town, since this is such a small town. So now I'm gonna grab the rest of this stuff here, and as I do, I don't think we're gonna be completely finished with the western area yet. I would like to build more of these trees, maybe in the center here, and just in areas that are empty. But generally, we are pretty much wrapped up now. And I want to get some things done here. Like, I'd love to get a path going through here that leads right around to there, you know? Just so that we have that sort of round path. It ends here and it connects through there. And then I'd love to have another path that's a bit more diagonal that leads from here to there. And then from there to through here. So let's see if we can get this path done, because I'd love to finish off the paths at the very least this episode so that we can wrap up next episode pretty much completing everything. These paths don't necessarily have to be completely symmetrical when they're going diagonal like this. They just have to look right. So let's see if this helps split up some stuff more. At the very least, all of these paths are good for mob proofing. That looks a lot better path-wise. And it connects these two like so. And then this path, which connects these two and is still pretty wide, will then connect to this path right here. This path right here will go and cut through here. Oh, there goes our shovel. Well, that's not very convenient. Well, you know what? Because it's only a shovel, I'm just gonna make a wooden shovel and continue finishing this off so that we at least get this done. Never thought I'd make wooden tools again, but here we are. So now we have this path that cuts through here, sort of going right through here as it narrows itself a little bit and into there. And then I'd like to have one more path that connects to the railroad here, but I've chosen an awkward place to put this tree and an awkward place to put the railroad. So for now, I think a path just connecting to the mine and then fizzling out like that will be good enough. And it fills in that empty space there and connects to this, that it will be good enough to satisfy what I was looking for with that, I think. I don't want to craft yet another wooden shovel, but I think this should be good enough as a crossing pathway. Let's check out what it looks like in photo mode. Oh yeah, that helped a lot with just splitting things up. The railway is less of a functional piece, I guess, in this western setting, and more of a background piece where you can see the rails and then another building in the background. So I guess it's more like background decoration more than anything. And with that all being said, that is going to be it for this episode, so let's head straight to the sign garden. First up is Endless Pain, then we have Snail, Badnick, Enjoyer, Danielle 29, Dennis Sillin, Quadrilige, The Desolator, Purple Weirdo, Camp Dweller, Oculus, and finally, Pick 84. An absolutely massive thank you to these 10 people for commenting in the last episode. You guys are amazing, and I'm sorry we didn't get to the sign garden last episode. Yeah, it's been a bit. But you know what? You guys are now the first 10 people to be written on this layer of the sign garden. This layer of the sign garden still needs a bit of decorating, but we'll get to that probably next episode, or maybe off camera. If you made it this far into the video, comment comp, because that's my shortened version for complete, because we have pretty much completed the western area. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.